Whenever there's a person that can insult you, curse, use profanity against you, hit you, threaten you, do things to mess up your livelihood. If they're angry at you, they're angry at your children, meaning when they're not dealing with you, they can cut your children off. Or they use your children against you when they are angry. A person that lies to you, a person that only comes around you when they need money, a person that wants money and wants you to help them financially, but they will curse you if you try to give them advice on perhaps how to earn money or how to save their money or any sort of advice that you're trying to give them from because you care about them. If they can take money from you, but yet they will curse you and disrespect you and insult you when you try to give them advice. These individuals, these behaviors, they're individuals, guys, that you have to distance yourself from. People that can lie to you, people that say that they love you, that man or woman that say they love you and they care so much about you, but yet there are instances in their lives where they're nowhere to be found. And this will be where they're consistently inconsistent. They're consistent in being unavailable. They're consistent in being unavailable from Thursday through Saturday. They're consistent in only being available to you all day, but after 6, 7 p.m., they're not going to pick up that phone. These individuals that say that they love you, you may be married to the person. You may be with them in what you think is a committed relationship, but this person will shower you with love and affection. But yet there are times in the day that this person can, a window of space of an hour or 2 hours or so consistently with this person who does not work for NASA or the CIA can just disappear out of your life and you cannot reach them. And they pop up with excuses or, oh, I don't know, my phone wasn't working. There's always a situation. You have to pay attention to that. Pay attention to those individuals who pretend, they pretend to be friends. They cannot celebrate with you. You've been trained not to be too happy around them. You've been trained not to share good news. You have to hold it in. You have to curb your enthusiasm and your joy around these individuals because they're going to get mad. You have gotten used to being in a partnership with a wet blanket where you have to temper your happiness because you don't want to upset them. Oh, it's your birthday. They're going to blow out your candles. It's your gift. They want to unwrap your presents. Recognize what's before you. These behaviors and things that you thought was normal, sometimes because of who it is, it's someone you've known all your life. It's someone that may have raised you. It may be someone that you were raised with. It could be your sibling. It could be your mother. It could be your father. But as the Bible says, by their fruit you shall know them. So if you have a parent, a sibling, a loved one, a close friend, a spouse, whoever that, they continue to do certain things that hurts you, when they can embarrass you, when they can rail at you and burst out and spill all your past and your business, if they like to rehash your past and throw it in your face after you have long reconciled your past mistakes and you've moved on, but they like to spill that and shame you when you're in a place of prosperity and moving forward, when they will poison the mind of the man or woman that's interested in you or even married to you. They will poison the minds of your children when they will bring up your past and throw it in your face, when they want to call your job and mess up your opportunities, when they want to make friends with your new connections and shame you and triangulate you. Pay attention to the fruit. And sometimes the reason why they reach this place to be in what God has given you, your promised land, your place of prosperity, is that you brought the dead things with you. You wanted to be a good daughter. You wanted to be a good son. You wanted to be a good brother. And you reach a place where you have been established and you're doing well and you're being blessed. And you think love is bringing this person that's been a hostile enemy wrapped up as a sibling. You bring them in your space. And they begin to bring their toxicity and darkness. Everything is turning to ash because you brought this person in a space where they should not be. The Bible says in Matthew 7 that by their fruits you shall know them. Not what they say today. The late Dr. Miles Monroe said a person of low character would tell you something else, would promise you something today, do something else tomorrow, tell you something today, do something else tomorrow, and promise you something else. You've been in a cycle of promises, promises, promises. And sometimes they're not promising you anything. You're just telling yourself something. You have those rose-colored glasses on. And very often as Christians, believers in the Lord, you are operating in four attributes of the Spirit without applying the rest. And it is love, mercy, grace and mercy, love and forgiveness. Grace, mercy, love and forgiveness. Yes, the Lord commands us to do that, but He's also commanded us to have His knowledge, to have His wisdom, to have discretion, to have understanding. We must have that because by wisdom, it keeps you away from the wicked person. Wisdom will keep you from the woman who flatters with her tongue. Wisdom will keep you from the man who has left the path of righteousness and is now on the crooked paths. Wisdom is going to lead you and tell you, blessed is the man that walks not in the counsel of the ungodly. Wisdom will help you to make those tough decisions without having any sort of animosity in your heart. And wisdom would help you to go through the healing process to ensure that nothing dark and evil and unforgiving creeps up within you. Time and time again, people of God, you're being shown what's inside this person. And they exacerbate and they get worse because you have coddled and aided and abetted them. You have been feeding the python. You've been feeding the boa constrictor and give them the strength that they need to squeeze the life out of you. You've been entertaining Medusa. You've been entertaining, just an evil person. But you don't want to call them evil because this is my sibling, this is my dad, this is my mom, this is my best friend. And you want to remember those moments that they've done some good things in your life. But you're not seeing that they are consistent in their disrespect. You can probably go back to teen years. You can probably go back to when you were in your 20s, your 30s, your 40s, and when this person, they were towering over you, and now they're old and gray, and they look different now because they're older, but their spirit, the wickedness is the same. Don't let the gray hairs fool you. The body is changing, but the spirit is the same. And because with old age comes honor, instead of them really realizing what a blessing old age is and using it wisely and what it's for, they use it to deceive. Because who will believe the sweet little old person would be wicked? Oh, they take that crown of glory, the gray head, and use it for wickedness and evil. When they show you who they are, believe them. A person that is truly changed, you will see it in their ways and in their doings. You'll find that, I believe, in Ezekiel chapter, I want to say it's 13 or 14. But when someone is truly changed, it's in their ways and in their doings. And if they're not, you have every right to withdraw yourself because they will break your spirit. When a person can disrespect you in front of your children, when they can harm you, curse you, say anything in front of your children, they not only have no respect for you, but they will shame you and cut down your authority in front of your child. Cut down who you are in front of your spouse and in front of your significant other. Relatives, whoever will try to seduce whoever you're with. Sometimes you have that female relative that is been always this way, flirtatious, like to get into your husband's face or your boyfriend's face. You may have a male relative that's like that. You may have a sibling like that. Dress promiscuous, do things to get the attention of whoever you are with. Pay attention to that spirit. Stop bringing him around her. Stop bringing her around him. It's not jealousy, but it's being vigilant. She will dress up in things outshine you when you are bringing him home or have him around, wearing little small shorts around your husband, around your significant other. Want their phone numbers, want to talk to them. Cut that down. I don't care who it is. He or she does not need to have the number of your husband, your wife, your spouse, significant other, fiance. That is a spirit. But you're looking at, this is my cousin, this is my sister, this is my brother. See the fruit. You know that from y'all was little, she's always been that way. We always look from you guys were little, he's always been that way. You know what that relative is like. You know what they do. You may have there may have even had entanglements with someone that you used to go out with. They always take the one you like. Now, I don't believe anyone can be taken, but you know what I'm saying. So no, she is not the person that you will allow to come and live with you guys for a while to help her out. You help her out from a distance. That is wisdom. But what do people do? They want to operate in grace, mercy, love, and forgiveness. And that's what's going to get you jacked up. Because God gives us wisdom for a reason. There's a reason why there's a place that's completely separate from heaven for those who disobey God. Because he takes them at face value and at the position of their hearts. And when he gives them an olive branch, if they choose to ignore it and to go against him, then there's separation. He may love them. He may have had great plans for them. But if they choose their way, he is not letting them into heaven anyway. And so what's happening? You guys are allowing hell into your house, hell into your life and in your minds. And all kinds of stuff is going on. And most of the times, guys, if we are honest, a lot of the hell that breaks loose is because you kept on allowing things to happen over time. They kept doing and doing and doing and doing. And you kept letting it slide. Think of the 10 virgins. 5 were wise and 5 were foolish. The 5 wise virgins had the same opportunity. The 5 foolish virgins had the same opportunity, same quest as the wise, but they did not have what it took to make the long journey. And they thought that they can get some from these other virgins. And the wise virgins said, no, go to the shop and buy your own oil, lest there not be enough for you and us. And so they had to think, if we give you our oil, we won't make it. None of us are going to make it. Go and buy your own oil. And that's the thing that you have to do. These people that want to live like tyrants and hellions, they want to be passive aggressive, whatever they are. Or when they're showing you that they will rip you to shreds and they will speak anything towards you and treat you any old way and drop you and your kids, or drop you and play games with your children and do these different things. They're showing you, my brothers and sisters, that there's nothing that they will not do. And you must pay attention to that. And very often when you hold your position, they begin to do what they call the flying monkey, sending people. They act like they're so worried about you. They haven't heard from you. They call the police. They're doing all the stuff, playing these games with you and trying to smoke you out and bring you back because they need their plaything again. But you have to learn that if they try to play with you with the law, then you use the law against them. If they play with the law, sending the police to your house, then now you have to take illegal actions against them, because sometimes they do that. Send the police to your house to make you call your job, cause a scene, to make you call them. If you don't call me, then I'm going to lean on this phone till my fingers break and bleed. I'm going to dial up your friends, and I'm going to dial up your job. Because they don't miss you. They want power over you. So in these cases, guys, what you have to do, you have to pray and seek God. State your case before him. And if he tells you to make certain moves, make it. If he tells you to go take legal action, take it. Do not be afraid. And if he says, hold your peace, I'm going to handle it, then you do that. We don't have time to be wasting our oil. You don't have time to be wasting hair follicles, losing your hair, losing your mind, losing your peace, losing your sleep. Sometimes there are things that you need to just get rid of. There may be certain ways, access doors that are still open. Sometimes you are away, but then you are not. You've distanced yourself, but you have a lot of people that's in between, letting you know what's going on and causing you to question your decisions. Follow God. Follow God. Lest you turn around like Lot's wife and become a pillar of salt. God was moving them out of there, but for some reason she turned back and became a pillar of salt. Dry. Be strong in the Lord and in the power of his might. The word of God says, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. The Lord will lead you. The Lord will guide you. The Lord will protect you. And you have to see that when people can do things to you like you are a stranger or some dog down the road, do not ignore that. Because you continue to have this person around you, they will utterly destroy you. If you want to take dead things with you into the promised land, God has blessed you. You've been able to get your home. You've been able to get some things, and all of a sudden, you want to bring Skeletor and them up in your new area. Then they're jealous of you because of your backsplash in the kitchen. This is the stuff that goes on. They jealous of you, and now all you find yourself doing in a home that you should be happy and enjoying yourself, you're trying to make them comfortable, and you're doing everything in your power to show them that you're still down to earth and this house hasn't changed you. That is prison. And that is not how God wants you to live. And what's going to happen is you keep fooling with them. They're going to cause you to lose your home, have all types of stuff, come up with squatters' rights. They living in one part of your house. There's a schedule of who's going to use the kitchen and who's going to use the dining room in your brand new house. Somebody needs to know. Maybe somebody's trying to move in with you and, oh, we need a place to stay. And, oh, you're not too big to help us. You better not open that door to those individuals. You do what you can. Sometimes things change with people because God is talking to them. Sometimes it's going to take for them to hit rock bottom to understand. I'm not telling you to be willfully wicked to anybody. But with that grace, mercy, love, and forgiveness, you need to have wisdom. Sometimes God is talking to you because they're asking you, but deep down within you, you feel like this is not right. You don't feel free in making a decision. Or if you're doing it, you feel forced. Don't do it. They can be mad at you. Everybody can be mad at you, but you make your decision and hold your peace. I can help you from a distance, but to bring these people up in your house, be careful, because they will destroy it. They'll have your neighbors against you. They'll have your friends against you. It is not normal for you to be on eggshells in your own surrounding. Can't do, just don't know what new mood you're gonna walk up into that evening or that morning, and everything you're doing is trying to make them see how much you love them and how much you care and how much you're a good person, and how, oh, I know that I've succeeded, but I'm still down to earth. You're trying to show them that you're still down to earth. You are not the same person. You don't have to prove that you're the same person. You are not. God has elevated you. God has changed you. He's given you beauty for ashes. He has put a crown, a diadem on your head. He's taken away the garments of heaviness. They want you to still be that timid little child you used to be. They want you to be the little insecure person you used to be. They want you to be the same person they used to be able to come and bully and yell at. You are not that person. So stop trying to fit into shoes that God has pulled you out of. You have outgrown that. He's brought you to a higher place. You are now an eagle. You are not a pigeon. So you don't have to be clucking around your own house, doing all sort of stuff, running around and catching the chicken feed of mind games and manipulation and trying to hold you in a vice because they're jealous. So now you have brought in this demon in your house to sit up and have everybody, have you isolated from your family, sitting there laughing it up with your husband or your wife and the children, and isolating you and demeaning you and challenging your authority and playing you against the children. You need to have the boldness to let that demon up out your house. You got to leave. You got to go. A one-way ticket back to Cherry Lane. That's where they need to go. And that is not evil. That is wisdom. Oftentimes, there are things that God has blessed you with, and there's a place that He has brought you to, and you went through pain, hurt, tears, fasting, praying. You lost so much. You traveled the road with Him. You went through a place, and now He's put you in a place for which your character and who you are in spirit, you are now ready for this. But then you bring somebody who is like a bull in a china shop. No discipline, no sort of desire to yield themselves to the Lord. They have not worked for anything really. They don't know what it is to be on the potter's wheel. They don't know what it is to cry and to wait on God. They don't know what it's like to grow in the Lord and yield and submit to Him. And yet you bring them into a place that God has furnished and He has provided for you based on the disciplines, based on your breaking. The oil within you have been crushed. He has brought you to this place that now He can trust you with the better things in life. And you bring this, what we say in Jamaica, rolling calf in your life, bull in a china shop, destroying what God has blessed you with, because they have not been disciplined. They have not been tried. They have not been tried. They have not been through the fire and the flames. They have not been washed with the fuller soap. None of that. So are you surprised when they come in and they begin to, you're casting your pearls of blessings before them, and they're swine and they trample it and turn on you? Follow the Lord. Do what He has called you to do. Obey Him and see clearly what is before you. When they show you who they are, believe it. By their fruit you shall know them. And step away and close the doors. You have to preserve what God has given you. You have to preserve the generations to come. And it's time for you to come to a place of acknowledgement of who is before you and make your decisions. And no, it has nothing to do with you being hateful or unforgiving or you're not a Christian. But who the Son set free is free indeed. And according to Galatians 5, it says, Galatians chapter 5, it tells us, oh my God, be not entangled again in the yoke of bondage. Let me find it. Here it is. Galatians 5:1 says, stand fast, therefore, in the liberty wherein Christ has made us free, and be not entangled again in the yoke of bondage. You hear me? The Amplified also says, in this freedom, Christ has made us free and completely liberated us. Stand fast then, and do not be hampered and held ensnared and submit again to a yoke of slavery which you have once put off. Let me read that again. Here's the Amplified. It says, in this freedom, Christ has made us free and completely liberated us. Stand fast then, and do not be hampered and held ensnared and submit again to a yoke of slavery which you have once put off. I don't need to say any more. I pray that this message has blessed you and have set some things in motion for you, at least confirm some things that the Lord has already spoken to you. All right, guys, God bless.